Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Even if it's later, it's okay. Thank you for commenting and emailing me. And one of the reasons why I do ask you to email me is because I can get very deep. And if anything that I tell you goes over your head, then let me know so I can explain it to you. In fact, the message today is very deep. And I got it through a poem. So this whole video today is going to be about this topic. And I'm going to read the poem and then I'm going to break it down after I read you this poem. So bear with me because this is very, very, very important for you to know and understand at this moment in time. If you have noticed recently, you have been feeling dizzy, maybe getting vertigo, being extremely tired, having visions, dreams, waking up all hours of the night, sleeping or wanting to sleep all during the day. This is because we are in the middle of ascension. It's a good thing. You're not sick, you're not crazy. There's things you can do. You can walk with your feet barefoot in the dirt. And that will take care of your dizzy spells and your vertigo. The world is changing to a positive spin. And it's coming back to the way it was supposed to be. And a lot of you don't still understand this, and that's fine, it's okay. That's why I do my videos, to help you, to guide you, to see with different eyes. So, before I go on, I just want to remind you to please like and share and comment on my videos. Because I'm going to explain it so you understand it. And it's something that you have to train yourself to be, to think, to see, to understand, because everyone has been geared through false programming. And it's been going on for years and years and years and all your lives. So it's understandable that it's going to take practice to make these changes. So my title of the video is Manipulated Visions, Control Your Thoughts. And I'm going to explain that. So here's my poem. And also before I go on, my messages come through poetry. That's how it works for me. That's how I'm guided to be. And now for the past month, they've been giving my messages for my videos through poetry, which is very new, but it's okay. So, breathe. Hold it. And blow it out to center yourself and put yourself in a relaxed mood so you can take in this deep message. Your mind, your visions are what you see, but it's your own perceptions based on what you think and believe. The media and cabal has tricked all of you, flashing untruths in front of you. Through movies and media, they influence what you see, mold your thoughts to get you to believe what they want you to see. Like robots, you have been delusioned beyond belief, controlled, manipulated. You have followed through because you put all your trust in them instead of trusting you. Now is the time to see through all the manipulations that were passed on to you, to only follow your heart. It will lead you to your guidance, your truth, what is only meant for you. When you feast your eyes upon this scene, and I did put this to a nature photo that had elementals all over it, so that's what you don't see. But what I was saying is, do you only see green, or do you see the shadows of entities? Because if you do, then you're awakening to know that what you see comes from what you believe. Global warming, separation, racism are lies. In this way, you've been manipulated, masked, and disguised. All through their speeches, photos, stories, and lies. Are you understanding this? Do not deny. Open your mind to your heart. Only follow yourself and start. Each new day stronger than before, because you will no longer be manipulated once more. Remember, you are more powerful beyond belief. Practice it to change your past scenes. Be your true self from now until eternity. Live your life unconditionally. So, when you go to movies, there you are bombarded with subliminal messages. So those messages you don't see, but they do become part of your belief system. Anything on television has subliminal messages also, so you have to be mindful of that. The news will create scenes. They will use Hollywood tricks to get you to believe what they say. That you put your trust in all of it. You even put all your trust in doctors. Now, I'm not saying doctors are bad. They are also been manipulated also. Now, there's a few that are open, that are in tune with reality. And all you need to do when you need to see a doctor is first tell your guides, I need to see a doctor and I need to be seen by the one who is holistic. And then you will. You can do that with everything you want to do. When you see something on the news or television, don't fall into it. Just ask your higher self, is this true? They will tell you 99% of the time it is not. Now, if it's kind of like this, all your life you were told this is a bottle of water. And they tell you that, oh, you need to buy this water because it's healthier for you and it's better for you and it has great things for you. Now, I can come along and say, well, that's not water. That's not even a bottle. And make up something different. And if I tell you that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then show you ways to prove to you that I'm telling you the truth, then this becomes part of your reality. And that's what you need to be mindful of, is all of this stuff that is not real has become part of your reality. And you believe it so strongly that you get angry when someone else tries to tell you something different. So when somebody else tries to tell you something different, why not ask, is this true? Now, one of the situations I came across is global warming. I've had people yell and scream at me and telling me that I'm nuts, and then trying to prove to me that global warming exists by showing me everything they've seen on the internet without realizing that it's a lie. And if you can't tell the difference between what's reality and what's a lie, you need to ask yourself. Because global warming is not reality. In fact, most of the stuff that you've been taught in learned through the government is not reality. They have manipulated you to be separate. They've manipulated you to hate other people. Now, let me tell you this. Back in the day, they created racial tension and racial issues and racial thoughts and separation. So, first of all, they needed to, well, actually, to be honest with you, I have no idea why they did this. I don't even know. Maybe it was even a test. I don't know. But the point of the matter is, this is so real. Now, I want you to think about this. All the movies back in the baby boomer generation was all about racism and how we're different and how we need to stick with our own kind. We need to be with our own kind. And they even made music out of it. They also, what they did was, if there happened to be any kind of murder or a robbery or anything like that, you know, they throw that on the news to make you fear it. But as far as racism goes, they would flash very quickly subliminal messages of blacks, dark-skinned black people. So it would be like murder, and then you don't even see it. It's that quick. But they manipulated everybody into racism to the point where they even said, like, well, black people are dumb and they don't know anything and they're not worth anything. And then they'll tell you, you know, your property values go down if blacks live in your neighborhood. And, you know, everyone fell into this lie. It's a total lie, because color and race isn't even a reality. Because when you're not in your human form, you're just light energy. You're not even a male or a female. You're not black, white, yellow, green, purple, or orange. You're just light, and you're all about love. So if you have issues with prejudice, then you need to get rid of it. Because the other issue is you see, they know through the law of the universe and the law of attraction that what you think is what you believe, and then you would draw it to yourself to prove to yourself that you are correct. So if you believe that blacks are evil, dumb, or whatever negative that goes around, then you will see it. You will draw people like that to you, even though there's a million who are not like that. Just like there's bad white people. They even did a study one time on a TV show about how people have been brainwashed, because this is brainwashing, to think that if you see a person dressed up in a suit, that they're good people. And back in the day, I can't even think of the name at this moment, there was a mass white murderer who wore business suits. So, you know, he got by because he dressed like that. Because that's what they taught you, that's what you believe, and that's what you think, and that's what you see. So you need to think about all the negative things that you believe, all the fear-based thoughts that you have, and how you were manipulated into being fearful. Because fear, F is false, E is evidence, A is appearing, and R is real. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. So think about this. If they post all over the news that you need to worry about the weather, the storms, the earthquakes, and robberies and murders, then you worry, you fear it, and then you draw it to you. Now, I've been had stuff of mine stolen before. And you know what thought went through my mind? Karma. It's karma from another lifetime. I must have stolen from that person before. And that's it. No big deal. But you've been geared into being angry, being mad, being suing. Suing is a big deal, you know? And revenge. Oh my God. You don't understand revenge. Revenge only hurts yourself. All the negatives that you've been trained and you're taught doesn't hurt a soul. It only hurts you. Because in reality, you're the only person on the planet. And everything else is a reflection of you. You want to mirror reflect love? Love yourself. You want to mirror reflect beauty? Look at it. See it as beautiful. You want to believe some of the things that I say, then try it and see that it's reality. You can feel ill and depressed, and you can just walk through nature and ask them to heal you, and they will. Because we are one with everything. We're one with the water, with the animals, with all of nature, with the sky, with the stars, with the so-called aliens, with everybody who's on the planet, and all the people you hate. You're one with them too. The things that you hate about them is what you hate about yourself, because it's a reflection of you. You need to know these things. You need to see this stuff. If you want to change your life, understand that you've been manipulated to see things that are not reality. The media is very good at that. The movies, you know, what is the movies mostly all about is violence and destruction and guns and killings and wars and shootings, which don't make you feel good. But if you look through some of them, you might see something different. And I watched The Shooter on Netflix, and it was actually a hidden message. I'm not sure, first of all, if you've seen it, and if not, you should, and look at the hidden message. Because what actually happens in this movie, and I'll just be really quick about it, is this guy is a retired Marine, and he was a sniper, but he was the best sniper, and he could kill anybody with his gun, whatever. So the government said they had some problems and they needed to use him to help them with their issues. And he did. But in reality, all they were doing was using him, and they were using him to make him look like he was evil and he was bad, and then everybody was after him, just to cover up their own issues, to cover up their lies and their deceits. And it all ties in because the government was involved. And then what happened was that then there were people that, you know, you can get into a situation where you've been taken over by people who think they have power over you and make the whole world see you differently, and it's not even a reality. And they do this with people, they do this with movie stars, they do this in Hollywood big time. And in this movie, you know, there was people that knew that there was something strange going on, and there were people that didn't. So, but this guy, you know, obviously, you know, got out of every situation, but it was very intense, to the point where they even got a new president, which I think is like Trump. And one of the really bad men in the whole show says, I've been like this my whole life, and I can control you and do whatever I want. And the new president said, there's nothing you're going to ever do to me or to this world. And you're mixed in with the cabal. And I almost fell off my chair because it is the cabal that has controlled everyone on this planet. And as much as you all hate Trump, and Trump might say some stupid, dumb things, but there's a lot of things that he says that are subliminal messages. They are tricks, puzzles for you to figure out. Because no matter what you believe, Trump is on our side. He knows about the cabal. He knows about the tricks. He knows about all of this. And behind the scenes, this is all going to disappear. When? I don't know. But the more of you who awaken to the light will help this planet ascend even faster. So this isn't about Trump, but that's another issue where you've all been manipulated into thinking that he's bad and you want to have him impeached. And really, now this is another reality. That part isn't even true. Because in reality, if a person took a poll and not the government or whoever does this crap, a government agency, you would see that 85 to 90% of the people are for Trump. And they know this. So they'll tell you differently. And then they will post things and flash things and tell you things to get you to believe it. And that's the form of manipulation. So I'm not saying to believe me that you should like Trump or whatever. I'm saying that don't fall into these lies and manipulations all by yourself. When you hear something, don't go, yeah, that's right. Go, is that right? Is that really true? Ask yourself and trust and believe what you get. Because that is what you need to understand right now. Now, they've had issues with global warming. I've had people block me over global warming. And seriously, I've changed the weather. You can change the weather. They have changed the weather. They have created the storms and the fires and everything else that goes on around here with their tricks. Then they turn around and they tell you things that aren't even reality and aren't even true. And then when people like me show the truth, then they bash me over it. I mean, it's okay. I don't care. I feel sorry for them because it's about seeing through the illusion, through the manipulation. See, now they've taught you to worry about your future. They've taught you to save for your future and to work hard for your retirement that you don't even get. To work hard for all these things for your future when you create your own future by your thoughts today. So if you're broke, don't go around telling everyone you're broke. I am connects you to God's source. So I am makes you more of what you are and what you don't even want to be. I am sick makes you sicker. I am broke makes you more broke. I am not loved. You'll attract people who will prove to you that's true. That is the secret. That's the secret to the world. What you think is what you see, what you create for yourself. I'm just going through this to make sure that I touch on everything. I'll show pictures of, actually the universe has created our cell phones to take photos to capture things that you can't see with your eyes. Now, I have been able to manifest, to see now with my eyes without the camera. And you can do it too, but you've got to do it in steps. First, you have to believe that the faces that you see are real. And the things that you see is not the lighting, it's not all our other stuff that people have taught you to think not outside the box. There are elementals. There are people right here that have passed over. There's things that you don't even know, but you're going to know soon. But you can't just sit back and have the world deliver you this new life, this new thing. You have to do it yourself. You have to change how you think and how you believe and how you react to things. And being open and knowing and believing that you have powers to do whatever you want. Even when evil comes around and tries to attack you, they try to scare you. They don't have power over you. Nobody has any power over you. But if anyone has power over you, you've allowed them to have it. So you are responsible for everything that goes on in your life. Good things and bad things. If there's bad things going on in your life at this moment, what is it that you're thinking? What is it that you believe? What is it that you see that's not reality? That's what you need to do. You need to start analyzing your life. Analyzing the things that upset you. And then finding ways to overcome it. Like through channels like myself and other channels. Or ask your guides, do I need a book? If they say yes, then tell them you don't know what book it is. Go to the bookstore, the one that you get in your mind, and that book that's for you will be lit up, or you'll be drawn to it, or it'll fall off a shelf. You are getting messages 24 hours a day. 24 hours when you sleep, you're getting them when you sleep. Because in reality, you're not really asleep. Your body's asleep, but you're multidimensional. So your other selves go out and learn, see things, know things. I get downloads when I sleep. It's probably from the classes that I take when I am thinking I'm sleeping. I'm trying to think of some more manipulations, but there's a million of them. You know, the reality of Jesus and God has been a form of manipulation. Because I've said this before, God is energy, is creator, source, energy. If you believe that God is outside of yourself, then you're not following the true reality, because we are all connected through the energy. God created you, so you are God yourself. You have his creator abilities. And judgment is not reality. Fear is not reality. Most religions are not reality. A lot of people think that their church is reality, but it's not, because in the mist, or I'm trying to think of a word, like the manipulations are in there. They are totally in there. Because the biggest message that religion portrays is that you will die and go to heaven or hell, that your life is going to end. Why else would everybody fear death so much? And the funeral business has been making money hand over fist, because you're wasting your money on caskets and burial grounds. And going to burial grounds to pray to your loved ones, or going to church to have a connection with God, and thinking that your priest or your minister or your rabbi is God's child and you're not. And that they're all knowing. No, they went to school. They learned what they teach you in a school. Most of them have manipulated you and asked for money from you, and you've built their churches. You've bought them cars. You put them in nice homes. How much do all these churches cost? How much money have you given them to live on? And they portray all these lies and manipulation, and all these people all over the world, and all these different cultures, and all these different beliefs. They're crazy. It's crazy. You know, it's because whoever their God is going to punish you, harm you, judge you. Take that and throw it in the trash. You're only temporarily here. If you want to believe in hell, it's right here. Heaven is here too, though. And if you follow the path of truth, if you open your eyes to the real reality, if you know that death isn't real, that we are connected to everyone, that anyone on this planet can heal you, that you can heal yourself, then you're on the path of bliss, paradise. And then that's all you see. That's all you draw to yourself. And that's how you learn to change your thoughts and your beliefs. It's just been a mass illusion. And all of this has happened here to control you, from people who found out how they can believe or make you believe how powerful they are. And all of this has been created because of it. Hollywood was created. Religion and churches were created. Schools were created. I mean, yeah, we need some education, I think. But not the education that we've received. Different education. Education is not high-minded as of yet. Eventually, the schools will close down and reopen to reality teachings. School really should teach you how to survive in this planet with money. But because it's been all about the money. The prisons are all about the money. The churches are all about money. Unfortunately, the medical field is all about money. Pharmaceuticals is about money. Everything's been run by the cabal. Everything. You don't know what's being injected in your body unless you do your research. But you just decided to trust it. You just put all this trust in everything, and you suffer through it. You suffer through chemo. Losing your hair isn't natural. Having metal in your mouth and having bad taste isn't natural. If chemo happens to get rid of your cancer, God forbid, you have all these other issues now that you've never had before. But people will still go to it. There'll be stories about food and how food poisons you and how it heals you. But people are so attached to the sugar, which is so bad for you, so attached to having to have fat and grease and steaks, and then they get sick, and then they go to the doctor, and then the doctor gives them medicine, or let's just cut this out of your body. When all you have to do is change your food and change your diet and be mindful of what you put in it. Our bodies are amazing. If you've ever studied anatomy, you would wonder how I'm sitting here even breathing and speaking to you. How we are an interesting conglomeration of miracles, just our body alone. Your body's been taught to fight off disease. And then you get injected with garbage to bring you more disease. That's what happens when you take the flu shot and all these pills. I don't know if I told a story on video because I hate to repeat myself, but my neighbor's mother is pretty old. She's 90 something, and she's been ill for a very long time, and she's going downhill. And the doctor said she's on her deathbed. Now, she doesn't have cancer. I don't know what she has. But this is what happened. They finally got her into hospice, which is a good thing for them. And hospice's motto is, we take away all your pills and all your medication because we're not here to prolong your life. Do you get it? To prolong your life with pills and medication. They took her meds away because they don't want to prolong her life. And guess what? She got better. She is happy. She's healing because they took her meds away. So in reality, they're prolonging her life by taking her meds away. And there's still a million people who don't believe this. It's very sad. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But what it shows me is how deeply manipulated you have all been to believe these things that you believe. To take wipes and clean your grocery cart because of the germs. Do you think if germs were really bad, none of us would be here? Because we live on these germs. Some of these germs are good for you. Other people don't get you sick from germs. Another form of manipulation. You see, all of those manipulative information draws you to the medical field, into pharmaceuticals, into drugs. That's the reality. Reality. Other people have told me because I bash medical field that I need to be destroyed. Isn't that interesting? I just want to tell you that what you believe is what you create. I tell myself every day that I'm young and I'm healthy, and that's what I am. And also, would you believe, on Saturday, July 13th, is my 70th birthday. I will be 70 years old. So, I am not as young looking as I was when I was younger, but I'm not as old as a lot of 70-year-olds are. Heck, some people 65, some people 60 look 15 years older than I do. It's all what you believe. You want the fountain of youth? The fountain of youth is your thoughts. That's all it is. It's your thoughts. You see, everything is a lie. Everything you've been manipulated to believe, to create for yourself, to harm yourself, to hurt yourself. And you might want to know, why would they want me to harm and hurt myself? Because they don't want you to live here. They don't want you to be here. Now, they also manipulate people through the media with storms and earthquakes. Now, I live in California. I live in Southern California. I myself have experienced a 7.3 earthquake, and I was taken out of my body to show me that I don't have to experience it. And any negative that goes on, you don't experience it either. So if you happen to be caught into it, into a tragic event where you see your friends or whatever die, I say transition, they don't feel it, they don't experience it, because it's not reality. Because God didn't create death and disease. That was created right here on this planet from the Cabal. That's why you can cure yourself, heal yourself, by not saying that you're sick or you're fearful or all the things that you do to hurt yourself. I really hope you all spread this video far and wide, because everybody needs to know this. And you can prove this to yourself simply by taking one of your fearful thoughts and changing it for a day. Now, I'm going to tell you about a client that I had, a Reiki client that I never even saw in person. This person called me up and told me, all my life I have feared driving on the freeway. I am so stressed out. I'm so nervous. I'm so worried. I'm going to get killed. I'm going to get hit by a car. I'm going to die. So this is her belief system because of what she watches, what she listens to, what she sees, and what she hears. Number one, you're only going to die in a car accident if it's your time. And if it's not your time, you won't die. You might not even get hurt. And it's not a miracle, as they tell you. That's reality. It's not your time. So, I'm hesitating here because I lost... Oh, so what I told her, it was slipping my mind there for a minute. I said, you know what? It's what you believe. You fear driving because you believe the fears that you put into your mind. So just tell yourself, driving is easy. It's simple. Everybody is great on the freeway. People let me in. I'm not unsafe. Everything is fine, wonderful, and fun. That's all I told her. She scheduled an appointment with me for the next day. But she never kept her appointment. And you know why? Because that day after I told her, she decided that's what she was going to do. She was going to change her thoughts and change her life. And she called me and said, thank you very much. For the first time ever, I drove on the freeway with my children. So you know she wasn't a teenager. And you were right. And I don't need to come for Reiki. So I didn't get paid. Do I care? No. I don't get paid doing these videos. I believe I can manifest the money that I need, and I do, and so I don't have to worry about it like you all do. Just realize the things that you worry about is a fear-based thought that's somewhere in your life, something that you read, something that's been brainwashed in your head has got you to believe this stuff. And this is how you get rid of fear, manipulations, and start to trust. Change your thoughts. Understand that you've been manipulated. Ask your guides to guide you. Listen to a lot of my old videos, because all my videos are how to prove things to yourself one way or another. So it's now your choice. Do you want to ascend? Do you want to live in bliss? Do you want to release all your fears? Do you want to create a new reality? Then do it. Change your thoughts. Understand that all of this stuff you hold on to is not true. You know, twist your ankle and ask Archangel Michael to come send his green healing light on you and take the pain away, and watch it disappear. And tell yourself pain isn't real because I'm not even human. And watch it disappear, because it will. Do yourself a favor. Release all these lies. Reread my poem on Facebook. Listen to my poem over and over again till you get it, till you understand that everything you've been manipulated to believe I could sit here for months and tell you all these manipulations, but that's not necessary. I've given you examples, and that is what you need. I can't make you do it. I can only enlighten you with reality, with truth, and help you live a better life. And know what's coming is amazing, wonderful, and do not fear it. Because trust me, the media is going to make you fear something. They might flash things on the news, on television. I really have no idea. It's the reason why it hasn't happened yet. Because there's too many people who are still living in fear. And there's still evil on this planet. And we need to rid the evil off this planet. And they know that light hurts them. And they don't like the light. And when you become a light, they can't hurt you. They need to disappear. We need to go back to the reality, to the message, to the knowledge that you already know all the things I'm telling you. That you came here, you volunteered to be here because you know the outcome. And that you know and were told all the power that you had, all the things you can do. And if you make it, and when you make it into the fifth dimension, you won't even be old. I won't even be 70. I'll go back to being 30. And this planet will be full of love and beauty and water you can drink out of, and no fluoride and no medicines and none of this crap. We will be, well, those of you that will be ill, that are ill during this process, will be healed. There's so much good coming about. So start healing yourself now. Start changing your diet now. Stop falling into the fears. I mean, the earthquakes. I didn't even feel one. I think the third one shook my apartment like that much. It's kind of like if you shake your chair a little bit back and forth. It was for a couple of seconds. That was about it. But now they'll go, the big one is coming. The big one is coming. The big one is coming. And people, oh, I ain't going to go to California because of the big one. Well, I want to tell you something. Back in 1974, before some of you were even born, they talked about the big one. And I lived in San Francisco. And I moved to Colorado to get away from the big one back in 74. That was back in my mind. Well, this is 2019, and we have yet to have a big one. And if we do, it's all orchestrated by the universe. The weather changes, a lot of it's the universe. Cleaning, cleansing the earth, changing, rearranging things that have to be done. That's just how it is. Instead of fearing it, know that good is coming out of it. Everything is positive. Nothing is negative, only if you believed so. Only if you fall into the lies and the manipulations. See everything as positive. Even people who attack you, you said something that they don't want to see. So they attack you because they don't want to hear it. Because they want to be in control. Because that's the other issue. You all feel like you have to be in control of your life. And that is so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. You need to release control. I did a video on it. But those people who attack you, who judge you, are either jealous of you, or they fear your light and your energy, or they're speaking about themselves. It's never, never, never really about you. Just stay away from people like that, because they carry negative energy and it will affect you. The negative energy will affect you. So anyway, you need to practice it, become your true self. Realize that you've been manipulated. Stop falling into the traumas, the tragedies, the tears, the sadness of all of this stuff that you see. What's sad is the cabal. And those are the people we want to get rid of. And we will get rid of them just by being light, being enlightened, by raising your light. That's it. You don't have to do anything. Revenge is hurting you. Getting back at other people only hurts yourself. Look at yourself as the only person on this planet. Nobody else exists. And if you took your foot and kicked a tree, you'd hurt your toe. Well, you hurt yourself because you kicked the tree. When you do it to other people, you hurt yourself. There's a simple little analogy. You just don't know you're hurting yourself like you do when you kick the tree, or you kick a wall, you hurt your feet, you hurt your toe. It's the same thing. The light just went off. Did your light just go off? Have a very blessed day. Thank you for joining me. I hope I got my message through to you. And I would love any comments that you'd like to leave me. Email me, message me, whatever. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.